What if I told you that the lost tribes of Israel are not lost at all, and that some of them might still be living among us today? In this video, we'll uncover the shocking truth behind their mysterious disappearance and the unbelievable theories about where they really went. Stay tuned. This is a story that will change everything you thought you knew about the Bible's most elusive secret. The Bible shares a wonderful tale concerning the emergence of a well-known nation. It details its inception, progression, overview, division, and eventual captivity in its disappearance. Even though the Bible recounts the Jewish people's return to their native land, it appears that the 10 tribes constituting the Kingdom of Israel have vanished from historical records. Throughout the history of Israel, numerous mysteries have arisen, but the most crucial among them revolves around the 10 lost tribes. This mystery took root in the year 722 BC and endures as an enigma that captures the curiosity of many, especially within the Jewish community. To begin with, let's provide a general overview of who these 10 tribes were. We shall commence by revisiting the initial promise bestowed upon Abraham by God. I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. Genesis 12:2. This promise had several parts. He would father many children. These offspring would gain fame. They would receive protection from the Holy Spirit, and they would bring prosperity to all. Abraham's son was Isaac, and Isaac's son was Jacob. Each of them shared in this covenant. Jacob had an extensive family consisting of 12 boys and 1 girl. Jacob's family together journeyed to Egypt. Among these 12 boys, 10 were bestowed with tribes named after them, yet Joseph had 2 tribes named after his own sons, Ephraim and Manasseh. The designations of these 12 tribes are as follows: Reuben, Simeon, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Benjamin, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, Ephraim, and Manasseh. Following the leadership of Joshua, who led the conquest of Canaan, the tribes dispersed across the land. 2 of these tribes, namely Judah and Benjamin, took residence in Jerusalem and its surrounding hills. Somewhat later, after the rule of King Solomon, the tribes were divided. So the Lord said to Solomon, "Since this is your attitude, and you have not kept my covenant and my decrees, which I commanded you, I will most certainly tear the kingdom away from you and give it to one of your subordinates. Nevertheless, for the sake of David your father, I will not do it during your lifetime. I will tear it out of the hand of your son." 1 Kings 11:11-12. The prophet Ahijah the Shilonite tears 12 pieces from his coat and then gives 10 of those pieces to Jeroboam and says to him, "Take 10 pieces for yourself, for this is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. See, I am going to tear the kingdom out of Solomon's hand and give you 10 tribes." 1 Kings 11:31. The Bible describes how Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, led the establishment of the Kingdom of Israel. He became the first king of the United Kingdom of Israel. This story lays the groundwork for the idea of the 10 tribes. The announcement of these 10 tribes was made in this way. When Rehoboam arrived in Jerusalem, he mustered all Judah and the tribe of Benjamin. Thus the term 10 tribes makes its initial appearance. Following the passing of King Solomon, his son Rehoboam took over the throne. However, the 10 tribes staged a rebellion, leading to the splitting of his realm into the Kingdom of Israel and the Kingdom of Judah. The once united kingdom now became 2 distinct entities, the Kingdom of Israel and the Kingdom of Judah. Within the northern territory of Israel, 9 tribes possessed land: Zebulun, Issachar, Asher, Naphtali, Dan, Manasseh, Ephraim, Reuben, and Gad, alongside a portion of the Levites. In the realm of Judah, there resided 3 tribes: Judah, Benjamin, and a segment of the Levites. As time passed, due to the transgressions of the Israelite people, 2 kingdoms were exiled, albeit in different periods and locations. The kingdom of Israel faced downfall in 722 BC when the Assyrian kingdom, under the rule of Shalmaneser V, conquered it. In the 9th year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria captured Samaria and deported the Israelites to Assyria. He settled them in Halah, in Gozan on the Harbor River, and in the towns of the Medes. In 721 BC, the Assyrian Empire conquered the kingdom of Israel. Following this conquest, the inhabitants, including the members of the 10 tribes, were forcibly relocated to various parts of the empire as part of the Assyrian policy. The tribes underwent a process of assimilation, blending into different ethnic groups within the empire. But there were also some who merged with the tribes of Judah and Benjamin. Subsequently, in 586 BC, Jerusalem fell to Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon. This event led to the expulsion of the inhabitants of the kingdom of Judah. However, after the proclamation of Cyrus in 538 BC, the Jews from the kingdom of Judah, who were residing in Babylon, were granted the opportunity to return to their homeland and participate in the construction of the Second Temple. Nevertheless, the fate and whereabouts of the 10 tribes from the kingdom of Israel remain shrouded in mystery, as the book of Ezra attests. Within 3 days, all the men of Judah and Benjamin had gathered in Jerusalem, and on the 20th day of the 9th month, all the people were sitting in the square before the house of God, greatly distressed by the occasion and because of the rain. The kingdom of Israel, which made up the majority of the population, did not return to Israel after their exile. Instead, it seems they assimilated and vanished into the countries they moved to. The book of Ezra highlights that the 10 tribes did not return alongside the tribes of Judah and Benjamin. In chapter 2 of Ezra, the account of Judah's return to the land is quite distinct. It notes that, in addition to the families who journeyed with Zerubbabel, some individuals from the kingdom of Israel also migrated. One commentator suggests that the 10 tribes did not return during Ezra's time with Judah and Benjamin. When verses seem to indicate the arrival of people from the 10 tribes, this commentator explains that even before the kingdom of Israel's destruction, some of its inhabitants had moved to the kingdom of Judah. Therefore, it refers to them, not the 10 lost tribes. Most commentators who analyze the verses in the book of Ezekiel clarify that the reference to those who returned applies only to the same generation that was exiled. There are more than 50 theories regarding the tribe's location, but 2 central theories hold particular significance. The first evidence of the Bene Israel community in India emerges with the arrival of David the merchant, who was the brother of the prominent biblical priest Maimonides. David ventured to India roughly a millennium ago for trade. In a letter he sent to Maimonides, which was later discovered in the archives in Cairo, David recounts his encounter with a community known as Bene Israel. Upon the Israelites' arrival in India, they unfortunately lost their prayer books and genealogies. Despite this setback, the community remained resolute in their faith. They recited the Shema prayer daily and diligently observed important commandments, such as circumcising on the 8th day, fasting on Yom Kippur, and observing Shabbat. On Yom Kippur, congregation members donned white attire, whereas on days of mourning, they wore black clothing. They buried their relatives to rest in what is now the oldest cemetery outside of Israel, located in India. This ancient burial site traces its origins back 2,000 years. The second tale tells the story of Eldad Hadani, a merchant who lived in the 9th century. He was engaged in trade that took him to various places. During one of his journeys, he found himself in Europe. As he roamed through different lands, he proudly identified himself as a member of the tribe of Dan, which resided in the cities of Cush, alongside the tribes of Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. According to Eldad Hadani, the religious laws they followed had been passed down from generation to generation since the time of Joshua. This was their way of practicing their faith. Over time, the mysterious disappearance of the 10 tribes raised questions and hopes of rediscovering their descendants and reuniting them with their people. This was reminiscent of the return of some of the sons of the kingdom of Judah to Zion after the fall of the Babylonian kingdom. So what happened to these 10 tribes? Where did they journey to, and what fate awaited them? These questions carried a profound yearning for the lost brethren, captivating the Jewish imagination for countless generations. The tale of the 10 tribes served as a source of motivation for both Jews and non-Jews to search for the whereabouts of these tribes. Their return to the land of Israel was viewed as a momentous event, signaling the arrival of the Messiah and the days of redemption. We hope you learned something new today. If you did, give this video a like and share it with your friends. You can share with us what you know by leaving a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more informative and entertaining content. Thank you so much, and see you next time.